God says, a letter was written with your name on it, years ago, by your soulmate. They never delivered it, but heaven is making sure it lands in your hands very soon. Archangel Michael says this letter is not ordinary, it's sacred. It was written in a moment of divine emotion, then sealed away, never sent. But heaven has remembered it. Your name was written with trembling hands and a heart full of truth. It was meant for you, but fear kept it hidden. Still, the energy of that message lives. This letter holds the words they couldn't speak out loud. The ones that would have changed everything if they had reached you sooner. Those words are making their way to you now. The ink may have faded, but the power hasn't. You'll feel it before you see it. You'll know it belongs to you. Type Amen to get blessing 339. There's a vibration you felt lately, but you couldn't name it. A restlessness, a silent pull. That's the letter calling your soul home. The person who wrote it was afraid, not of love, but of losing you. So they wrote instead of speaking. They chose paper when they couldn't trust their own voice. That paper absorbed tears. The envelope has never been opened. But heaven never forgets a message sealed with love. This letter carries confessions. Promises. A truth that still lives. And now, it's time for you to hear it. Type Amen to get blessing 774. They moved on, or so they thought. Life pulled them away from you, but a part of them stayed behind with that letter. And that part never let go. Years passed, but the intention never died. The universe placed that letter in a loop of divine delay. But now the timing has ripened. Someone is being nudged by angels to find it. To open a drawer. To search a box. To remember you. And when they do, a rush of memories will knock the air out of their chest. Because they know, it still matters. Type Amen to get blessing 405. You are not imagining the signs. The songs, the names, the feelings, they are echoes of what's approaching. The universe is clearing space for it. You'll see handwriting and recognize something familiar. It won't make sense logically, but your heart will confirm it. This letter is part of your story. The words inside will match what your soul always believed but never had proof for. That's how you'll know it's real. That's how you'll know it's yours. They wrote it with you in mind. Only you. And that energy is returning home. Type Amen to get blessing 998. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They forgot about the letter for a while. Buried it beneath everyday life. But destiny has a perfect memory. This moment is not random. It's been waiting to bloom for years. And now it is. The person who wrote your name on that paper is dreaming of you again. They're hearing your voice in silence. Feeling your presence in moments of stillness. And that's stirring in their chest. That's the letter waking up. Type Amen to get blessing 327. They may have been young, confused, or unsure. But their heart was certain when they wrote to you. That certainty never faded. Somewhere deep in them, they always knew it wasn't over. That one day, your paths would circle back. That time would bend in your favor. The ink may have dried, but the love inside that envelope is alive. And it remembers everything. Your name is written on something that's about to find you. Not by accident, but by divine order. Type Amen to get blessing 122. A friend of theirs will mention you. Or they'll hear your name when they least expect it. That's when they'll remember the letter. They'll pause, heartbeat rising. Because they thought they'd buried the feeling. But the feeling never buried them. You are not a distant memory. You're the unfinished sentence their soul still wants to complete. That letter holds the proof. And soon, it will be in your hands. Type Amen to get blessing 606. You'll hold it and feel a wave crash through your chest. Time will slow. Tears may rise, and that's okay. Every word will feel like it was written yesterday. Every sentence will carry a weight that you can finally release. They'll speak to you through those lines. Not as they were, but as they always wanted to be. And when you finish reading, something inside you will unlock. Type Amen to get blessing 933. You'll understand why certain relationships never worked. Why you always felt slightly unfinished. This letter closes that chapter. Or perhaps, it opens a new one. One with no more wondering. One where truth lives. They never meant to leave things unsaid. They just didn't know how to speak then. But the paper spoke for them. Now you'll hear it. And your soul will respond. Type Amen to get blessing 707. This is more than a message, it's a mirror. It shows you how deeply you were loved. Even in absence. The letter will feel like coming home. A return to a version of you that forgot it was worthy. But not anymore. They never stopped loving you. They just didn't know how to return. Heaven is handling that now. What once was delayed is now divinely delivered. Type Amen to get blessing 284. They wrote about your smile. The way it haunted their dreams. The way it made their world quiet and clear. They wrote about what they couldn't give you. About the promises they wished they could have kept. But even in their failure, there was love. They didn't send it, but heaven held it. And now heaven is handing it to you. Your name was never lost, it was kept safe. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says this letter is a turning point. When you read it, something buried will rise. A light will return to your chest. You will no longer wonder, what if? Because now, you'll know. You'll feel it in your fingers. The pressure of their feelings. The weight of their truth. And you'll know they never forgot you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Even if time has passed, love does not expire. It only waits. And this has waited long enough. They may come after the letter arrives. Or you may be led to them again. Either way, the connection reignites. This is not a coincidence. It's a closing of silence. A birth of new beginnings. The pages may be old, but the love inside is timeless. Type Amen to get blessing 490. Your soulmate never meant to vanish. They just didn't know how to stay. But they remembered you every single day. The letter reveals the part of them that never stopped hoping. The side they showed no one else. When you read it, your heart will whisper, I always knew. You are the home they lost. And they want to return. Type Amen to get blessing 321. It may begin with a message, a call, or the letter itself might simply arrive, folded, worn, full of everything unspoken. You'll hold it to your chest and feel the universe shift. This is more than closure. It's a new door. They wrote to you from a version of themselves that was afraid but honest. You will feel every word. And when it ends, it will leave you breathless. Type Amen to get blessing 265. Tears will fall, not from sadness, but from recognition. From finally seeing the heart that never forgot yours. They were never trying to forget you. They were trying to forgive themselves. Now, they're ready to find you. And you're ready to be found. The wait was not wasted. It made you stronger for this. Type Amen to get blessing 808. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You'll see signs around the time the letter comes. Clocks repeating numbers. The same songs. The wind will feel different. You might find a feather. Or feel chills without cold. That's how heaven confirms, it's time. Don't ignore these nudges. They are your roadmap to the reunion. This letter is the first step. Type Amen to get blessing 144. They wrote about your future. About what they imagined with you. And even if it didn't happen then, it still can. They never stopped wanting that dream. They just lost their way for a while. But the dream remained. You're not just receiving a letter. You're receiving a resurrection. And with it, your heart opens again. Type Amen to get blessing 550. They imagined you reading it someday. Holding the very words they wrote when their hands trembled and their heart broke. And that day is finally near. You've waited for so long without even knowing what you were waiting for. That hollow feeling is about to be filled. The paper may be fragile now, but the message is strong. Strong enough to reach through time. Strong enough to reach your heart. They poured everything into that letter. The love, the apology, the longing. And it's arriving just in time. Type Amen to get blessing 929. You'll cry for what was lost. But you'll smile for what's finally found. And the healing will happen in waves. This is more than a memory returning. It's a future finally catching up to you. The delay wasn't denial, it was divine timing. They kept that letter close, even when they tried to forget. Even when they loved others. Nothing ever matched what they felt for you. And now, the universe is saying, let it be revealed. Type Amen to get blessing 411. Their love was quiet, but real. It lived in a tucked-away drawer, not in their voice. But it survived. They may never have the perfect words to say aloud what they wrote down. But they don't need to. The letter says it all. You'll know the truth. You'll see it between the lines. You'll feel it in every pause. They loved you, still love you, and this letter proves it. Type Amen to get blessing 642. You're about to reclaim a piece of your story. A piece that was always meant to return. A piece only you can understand. That letter will not only bring you closer to them, it will bring you back to yourself. The self that always believed something was missing. It will complete the sentence your soul started years ago. It will close the ache with clarity. And in that moment, your heart will finally exhale. Type Amen to get blessing 500. Your spirit already knew this moment was coming. That's why you've been feeling emotional for no reason. The soul always senses before the eyes can see. This letter was never lost, it was delayed for divine protection. It's arriving now because you're finally ready to receive it. You'll feel their energy in every word. Like they're sitting beside you, whispering what they couldn't say back then. Love doesn't expire, it waits. What they wrote is not just a confession, it's a reminder of who you are, of how deeply you are seen. Type Amen to get blessing 434. They asked for your forgiveness in that letter. Not because they were guilty, but because they were scared. And fear always steals time. You are the reason they stayed awake some nights, wondering how things could have been. You were the sentence that never got finished. This letter is a bridge between who they were and who they hope to be now. Between their silence and your heart. You'll walk across it, and nothing will ever feel the same again. Type Amen to get blessing 661. Their life has never fully moved on. Not in the way they told themselves. Because the part of them that belonged to you never stopped calling. They may have built a new life. But your name stayed folded inside it. They just never told anyone. The letter speaks what their mouth could not. It unravels the years. It holds the version of them you never got to meet. Now you'll know the truth. You were never forgotten. Type Amen to get blessing 370. This message may be delivered through a friend, an old box, a sudden discovery. But it won't be random. It will be guided. And when it lands in your hands, you'll tremble, not from fear, but from recognition. Something ancient will awaken inside you. Archangel Michael says this letter carries a frequency only your soul can hear. When it speaks, listen with your heart, not your history. Because this is not about the past anymore. This is about the promise. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The moment you finish reading, something will shift in the air. It won't just be a letter, it'll be an activation. Your timeline will realign. Things you thought were delays will now make sense. The people who left, the dreams that paused, the roads that bent, all of it will click. Because now you'll know, love was never lost, only hidden. Protected until your spirit was whole enough to hold it. That letter will not hurt you, it will heal you. Type Amen to get blessing 318. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Their words will touch every piece of you that once felt unworthy. You'll realize they saw beauty in you before you saw it in yourself. And though time passed, the meaning remains. Nothing can steal the depth of words written from the soul. They wrote it because they couldn't carry the silence anymore. Even if they couldn't send it, they had to speak it somewhere. And heaven decided you deserved to hear it. Type Amen to get blessing 551. You might sit in silence after reading it. Not because there's nothing to say, but because everything makes sense now. You'll remember moments that once felt empty. Realizing they were never empty, just waiting for this clarity to arrive. The pages of that letter will feel like a key. Unlocking memories, unlocking meaning, unlocking emotions you never had space to feel before. It's not just a message, it's your missing chapter. Type Amen to get blessing 784. They loved you when they were broken. They loved you while healing. And now, their soul is reaching out again. There may be distance between you still. But not for long. Heaven doesn't deliver letters unless reunions are near. Their heart is walking back to you now. And this time, they aren't turning away. Type Amen to get blessing 413. There's a weight lifting from your chest even now. You've carried emptiness without knowing why. But now, the reason has arrived. That letter holds the moment your soul has longed for. Not dramatic, not loud, but sacred and exact. It comes not just to answer your questions, but to awaken your knowing. You always felt this connection was unfinished. That's because it wasn't. And now, the final lines are arriving. Type Amen to get blessing 726. They poured truth into every word, not knowing it would return to them years later in your hands. Time does not cancel destiny. You may find their words gentle, or trembling, or bold with clarity. But every sentence will come alive inside your chest. This is not nostalgia, it's prophecy fulfilled. What they once hoped for is now heaven's command. You reading that letter was always meant to happen. Type Amen to get blessing 339. When you hold that paper, you'll feel the exact version of them that wrote it. Not their past self or present self, but the raw one. They were honest. More honest than they've ever been with anyone. You'll feel that honesty burn through the ink. And as your eyes follow the lines, your heart will answer, I remember this. Because you do. You always have. Type Amen to get blessing 477. This message is not to confuse you. It's to confirm what your soul whispered in the dark. What your dreams repeated without reason. That love was real. That bond was unbreakable. That no matter how far life drifted, you were always meant to meet again. And now, the universe is reuniting what time once paused. Type Amen to get blessing 812. They have been dreaming of the moment you read their words. Even if they don't consciously remember it, their spirit does. That's why they've been restless. You felt them too. In the stillness. In the pull that has no explanation. Their letter is not just paper, it's a portal. A door into a feeling you've carried without name. And now, it will be named. Love. Type Amen to get blessing 664. It's coming with quiet power. Not to demand, but to remind. Not to impress, but to reveal. You were loved deeply, still are. The kind of love that never needed stage lights or perfection. Just presence. They've changed. Not completely. But enough to want you to know the truth now. The truth is, they never let go. They just got lost. Type Amen to get blessing 301. You'll notice the world around you feels softer after reading. Even your breath will feel new. That's what happens when hidden love is set free. They may not know what to do next. But heaven does. And heaven will guide the reunion if your heart is open. You will not need to chase. You are magnetic now. Truth has made you glow. Let that letter rest near your chest when you sleep. Its energy will continue working even in dreams. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Archangel Michael says you were always the reason. The reason they believed in love. The reason they wrote instead of walked away forever. They wrote it to remember you. But heaven preserved it to restore you. And now, that restoration is underway. Every word is a thread pulling your heart back together. And soon, their voice will follow. Type Amen to get blessing 999. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There's a quiet revolution happening in your heart. You're starting to believe again, not in fantasy, but in divine reality. The letter is proof. Everything they couldn't say then is now finding its way to you. The universe has cleared all blockages for this delivery. Nothing can delay what's already destined. This is not a return to the past. It's a rising into a deeper present. One where both your souls are finally awake. You won't need to rush. Love like this does not rush, it remembers. Type Amen to get blessing 384. They may have aged, changed, evolved. But the essence inside them, the part that wrote to you, that part stayed. They wrote with tears. With truth. With a tremble in their hand because the emotions were too real to control. And that energy survived the years. It's breathing now. Waiting for your eyes. When you read their words, you will see the version of you they fell for. Type Amen to get blessing 700. You'll remember moments that didn't make sense at the time. Looks, pauses, energy that passed between you two. Now it will all become clear. You were both speaking in silence. The letter just puts words to what your souls already exchanged. There's beauty in delayed love. In written truth. In the courage to finally deliver it. You're no longer in the waiting season. You're in the receiving season. Type Amen to get blessing 286. The letter may reach you before they do. But their energy won't wait. You'll feel them again, fully. There will be no need for explanations. The letter explains it all. What they couldn't say, they wrote. And what they wrote is about to change everything. Type Amen to get blessing 933. Your hands may tremble when you first hold it. That's not fear, it's recognition. Your body always knew this moment was written for you. Type Amen to get blessing 933. Your hands may tremble when you first hold it. That's not fear, it's recognition. Your body always knew this moment was written for you. You were never forgotten. You were just placed in divine timing. And the letter is proof that love never left, it just waited. You'll reread it. Not once, not twice, but again and again. Each time, a new layer of their soul will speak to yours. This is what it means to be remembered in full. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Even if life kept you apart, love held the space. Even if time created silence, the soul continued to speak. This letter is your confirmation. They never gave up inside, even if they walked away outside. That's why the letter still breathes with their truth. You may cry for the years that passed. But those tears will be cleansing, not heavy. They'll wash away the ache. This message is not late. It's right on time. Type Amen to get blessing 277. You'll feel their fingerprints on the words. The way they carefully chose each one. The pauses between lines say just as much. It was hard for them to write, but harder to hold it in. So they let the letter carry what their lips could not. This is love that grew in silence. And now it speaks in strength. You are the reason it was written. And you are the one it's meant for, still. Type Amen to get blessing 663. They are closer than you think. Their heart is already walking toward yours. And heaven is clearing the path. Your reunion will not be explosive, it will be electric. Quiet. Soft. Familiar. Real. It will feel like finally. It will feel like home. It will feel like you. Type Amen to get blessing 919. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.